Hello everyone, welcome back to Crochet with April. I'm April and today I'm making my Hug My Heart pillow. For today's project, I'm going to be using Your Inspirations Bernat blanket in the color Pink Dust. You can also use Bernat Sparkle, it's very pretty. For my supplies, I'm using a size 10mm hook, a darning needle to sew in my ends, stitch marker, some cotton batting of some sort to stuff it at the end, and of course some scissors. So now that I have all my supplies, let's get started. So we're going to start with a chain 2. You can also use a magic circle if you prefer. I don't find that they work out very well for me with Bernat blanket yarn. So go ahead and chain 2. And then into your very first chain space, you're going to do 8 single crochet. So it's 1, 8. And this will be round 1. So just pull your center tight there and you should have a nice little circle. So for round 2, we're just going to do a series of increases. So we're going to put 2 single crochet in each of the 8 stitches all the way around. So after your first stitch, after your first single crochet, make sure you use your stitch marker because it's very easy to lose your place. And then into that same space, a second single crochet. And then 2 single crochet in each stitch all the way around for a total of 16 single crochet, and I will meet you back at the end of round 2. So coming up on the end of row 2, just have one more increase for a total of 16 stitches. And now we'll go ahead and begin round 3. So for round 3, we're going to be continuing on with another series of increases. So you can begin with a single crochet in the first single crochet. And then follow that up with an increase. So 2 single crochet in the same stitch. And then repeat that all the way around. So single crochet, 2 single crochet, and at the end of this round you should have 24 stitches. I will see you back at the end. So coming up on the end of row 3, you're going to be finishing with 2 single crochet or increase in that last stitch. So for round 4, do a single crochet, another single crochet, and then an increase. And that's going to be the repeat for this round. Single crochet, and then 2 single crochet in the same stitch. At the end of round 4, you should have a total of 32 stitches. So go ahead and finish that, and I will meet you at the end of this row. So finishing up this row with an increase. It's 1 and 2. Oops. Okay, so for row 5, we're going to be doing 4 single crochet and then an increase. And you'll continue that all the way around. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then an increase. So 1, 2. So continue that all the way around to the end of this row. You should have a total when you're done of 38 stitches. So coming up on the end of row 5, I'm left with 3 stitches. So I have my increase, 2 single crochet, and then that leaves me with 2 stitches left. We'll do a single crochet in each one of those stitches, and that will complete round 5. So for round 6, 7, and 8, the next 3 rounds, just do 38 single crochet all the way around. No more increases. So continue that for the next 3 rounds, and I will meet you back at the end of round 8 to show you how to finish off. Coming up on the end of row 8, just going to put in my last 2 single crochet. Then remove your stitch marker. Then into the next stitch, just do slip stitch and then cut your yarn and pull it through. So once you have the 2 bumps for the top of your heart, go ahead and create a slip stitch, and then into the first bump from the inside you're working, just insert your hook through 1 stitch. Then come to the outside of your second bump and insert your hook, any stitch, it doesn't matter where. Insert your hook into that stitch and then attach your slip knot. So then you're going to go ahead and pull that slip knot through. Make sure you're holding on to the working end of your yarn and do a single crochet. So now into this same space, we're going to do a single crochet, and now we are attached. Into the next 18 spaces, do 1 single crochet. 2, 3, 4, and I won't bore you, bringing you all the way back to 18. So continue that, and I will meet you back at 18 single crochet. 17 and 18. Into the next single crochet, do an increase. So 2 single crochet into that stitch. And then for the next 36 stitches, go ahead and do a single crochet all the way around 36 times. And I will meet you back after 36 single crochet. $35 and 36. So after you reach your 36 stitches, we're going to do another increase. So 1 and 2, and then go ahead and do 18 single crochet, which should bring you back to where you attached. $17 and last one before you're at where you attached, so 18. Okay, so now you should have something that, well, kind of looks like, I'll just say, a bra. So we're going to continue on for the next 6 rows, so rows 10 through 15. Just do a single crochet all the way around, no increases, and meet me back at the end of row 15. So, I should mention though that you are working into this attachment, into where you've attached here. This, where you attach, it counts as a stitch. So you're going to work into the one right beside it. So that is 1, and then into it where you attached. So that is 2, and then the one on the opposite side, 3. Make sure you put your stitch marker here. Actually, it's kind of important, so count back 1, 2, 3. So then put your stitch marker there just to make sure you're getting your counts all correct. And at the end of each round, you should have 76 stitches if you did all of your counts correct right through to the end. So go ahead and finish rows 10 through 15, and I will meet you back at the end of row 15 to show you how to begin doing our decreases for the bottom portion of the heart. $75 and $76. This will complete your row 15. So at the end of row 15, you should have something that looks similar to this. So we're going to go ahead now and begin our rows of decrease. So for the first row, which is now row 16, we're going to do 11 single crochets followed by 1 decrease. So 1, 2, 11, and then to decrease, you can insert your hook, yarn over and pull through, and then insert your hook into the next single crochet, yarn over. You should have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops, and that's how you do a decrease. So you're going to repeat that all the way around back to the beginning. You should, after your last decrease, have 11 single crochet left, and that should bring you back to where we began. So go ahead and finish that, and I will meet you at the end of this round. We're just coming up on the end of row 16. And then moving on to row 17, we're going to do 10 single crochet followed by 1 decrease. So that's 1, 2, 9, and 10, and then do a decrease. And that's going to be the repeat for this row. 10 single crochet, 1 decrease, right to the very end, and at the end of this row you should have 66 stitches. Just coming up to the end of row number 17. We'll now continue on to row number 18, which is going to be 9 single crochet followed by a decrease. So at the end of this row, you should have 60 stitches. So that was 1, 2, 8, 9, and decrease. So you continue that around all the way around to back to the beginning, and I will meet you back at the end of row number 18. And last one. Okay, so that concludes round number 18. So for row number 19, you're going to do 8 single crochet followed by a decrease. I think you can see where this is going. Two, eight, and decrease. So that is going to be the repeat for this round. 8 single crochet followed by a decrease. Continue that all the way around, right back to the beginning, and I will meet you at the end of this round. So at the end of row 19, you should have 54 stitches. We'll now move on to row number 20, where we're going to do 7 single crochet followed by a decrease. 1, 2, 7, decrease, and repeat that all the way around until you get to the end. And at the end of this row, you should have 48 stitches. So once you get to the end of row 20, I just want to have a quick look at where we're at. So you should at this point have something resembling this. It's kind of hard to get it all into the camera. So you can see the heart shape is forming. So we're just still working our way down this way. So this is where you should be at. We're going to continue the decrease for a few more rows before we begin stuffing. So moving on to row 21, you're going to do 6 single crochet followed by 1 decrease. And at the end of this row, you should have 42 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 6, and your decrease. So continue that all the way around back to the very beginning. Once again, at the end of this row, you should have 42 stitches, and I will see you back at the very beginning. So moving on to row 22, we're going to do 5 single crochet followed by a decrease. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and decrease. And that will be the repeat for this round. 5 single crochet followed by a decrease, and at the end of this round you should have 36 stitches. Moving on to row number 23, you're going to do 4 single crochet followed by a decrease. Oh, I've lost my stitch marker. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, and a decrease. So you will continue that to the end of this row, and I will meet you back at the end where you should finish this row with 30 stitches. Moving on to row 24, we're going to do 3 single crochet followed by 1 decrease. This is going to be the last round that we do before we attach the face and put in the stuffing. So that is 3, whoops, 1, 2, 3, and your decrease. So continue this all the way around. When you get back to the beginning, you should have a total of 24 stitches. And then we will apply the face, which is totally optional, and put in the stuffing. 2, oops, 3. So once you finish row 24, you should have 24 stitches. So we're going to go ahead and just pull some of that to make sure you don't lose your stitches. And if you decide that you want to put a face on your heart, let me just zoom this out a little tiny bit. So if you decide that you want to put a face on your heart, the original one that I did, which is this one right here, sorry, it's very zoomed in. I can't zoom it out any farther. So the eyes are just regular safety eyes, a safety nose, and then a stitched on mouth. For the one that I'm doing now, so that is an option, but for the one that I'm doing now, I've decided that I'm going to do sleeping eyes and just a simple chain mouth. So what I did for the eyes was I just did a chain 12, just simple chain 12 with black cotton yarn. And then at the very end here, I had 1 string left from my initial chain, and then I just wove another one through, knotted it, and that left me with 3 for an eyelash. So I'm just going to put this on. So I will form it in like a sleeping eye. And then once it's how I would like it to be, then I'm just going to go ahead and stitch this into place. So once you've put the face on and applied the stuffing to the shape and stiffness that you want it, we will go ahead and finish off with our few closing rounds. Just going to zoom out or zoom back in a little bit. And then we will continue on with round number 25. So for this row, we're going to do 2 single crochet, followed by a decrease. And you will, oh, let me put in my stitch marker here, 1, 2. And you will continue that all the way around back to the beginning, where you should be left with only 18 stitches. that is 1, 2. Gets a little more difficult when you have something very thick to work with. 2. Oh, maybe I'm going to zoom out more. There we go. And then decrease. Okay, so continue that back around to the beginning, and I will see you back after 18 stitches. Once you finish row 25, you should have 18 stitches. So you're going to go ahead and do our last round of decreases. And for this one, you're going to do single crochet and a decrease. And that's it, all the way back around to the beginning. And at the end of this round, you should have 12 stitches. Oh, I'm sorry, I said this was our last round of decreases. I lied. This is our last round of single crochet with decreases. The next round will be all decreases. So that was decrease, single crochet, decrease, single crochet. So we'll now move on to row 27. This is our last crochet round. So for this one, we're just going to do a series of decreases, 6 in total. So that is 1, 2, and last one, 6. So once you've done that, just go into the next single crochet and do a slip stitch. And just pull that through, and then just going to use our large darning needle and weave that through to sew up the end. So we're just going to go in and out through each of the single crochet around the outside. Once you've gone all the way around, just give it a cinch, pull it really tight, and then just stitch it through a few times just to make sure it's secure. Leave it at a nice point. So you want to go back and forth at least 3 times to make sure that your yarn end doesn't come out, and then you can just bury it on the inside of your project. Okay, so now I'm just going to poke it through, come out over here somewhere. I'm just going to give it a little tug at this end. and give it a snip. And then once I pull it through, there you go. So that is it. There is your heart all finished. So that concludes the Hug My Heart tutorial. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Also, if you finish this heart yourself, I would love to see a picture of it. You can send it to me at either my email, aprilblonsky@gmail.com. You can also post pictures on my Instagram at Crochet with April and my Facebook, which is Crochet with April as well. I'll be back in the coming week with another yarn haul. I hope to see you then, and that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.